Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how are you on this? What is it for you guys? Saturday night? Yeah, Saturday night for you guys. Good to see you. There is some interesting updates heading out of the world right now. I wish I had more on that young girl out of Donald, but there's really not a lot of. Actually, I do have an update on that. A little update, but it's not very much. I know a lot of people. I just got a message, someone saying, "Are you watching Conor McGregor MMA thing?" No, I'm not an MMA person. I like traditional boxing. I'm not an MMA person. I occasionally I'll watch something. So what happened here? Let's have a look. Conor McGregor's long-awaited comeback lasted barely a minute. Sounds like most men when they haven't done it in a while. After the Irishman suffered a brutal injury again. Didn't this just happen like 5 years ago? So if you guys don't remember, like 5 years ago, Conor McGregor had a fight, came back after a long absence, and he snapped his leg in the ring. It sounds like he's had another a leg injury. He blew out his knee. Look, I don't think it's funny when anyone gets hurt, but you have to ask, w like, are you an actual professional anymore? What is this? Hold on, I'm gonna get this set up, guys, hold on. Sorry, I didn't see this. Yeah, there we go. Hey, yeah, are you even a professional anymore? Like, is this a thing that you do? Do you sport anymore? Do you MMA? Like, this is ridiculous. It's like history repeating itself. That's what it is. Oh, what an absolute letdown. For all the people who probably bought tickets to this for, like, whatever channel, I don't know what channel it was on. But I if you bought, like, the pay-per-view of this or some subscription to watch it, what an absolute letdown. That's terrible. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why are they doing this? So they're saying here that Holloway seized on his opportunity and began unleashing a barrage of punches on the clearly injured Irishman, who somehow managed to get up moments later. However, shortly after, he tried the same kick again with the same result, crumpling back down. Once he'd hauled himself upright for a second time, Conor McGregor turned to the referee and waved off the fight himself. How much do you reckon he got paid for this? To go in there and do F all. How long? How much do you reckon you got paid to do this? Um, Here, I'm just trying to see what it was. So they're saying like the gate tonight, which is like the money they made tonight, was over 25 million. So someone made a lot of money on nothing. Someone made a lot of money on nothing. Um, I don't know what to tell you guys. For sometimes it seems like a bit of a scam. Like, he's suddenly injured again for, like, he's had 5 years away from the sport, right? And you're just like, "Oh, suddenly in the first round, he's injured again?" It just sounds like a setup. Is this like this guy, with the passage of time, he can't be that guy from 2012 anymore. Like, he's older now. It's just not possible. It's not possible that he can be that guy. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. It's not possible. Father time, is the ultimate test for all men. So, yeah, this has got to be it for him. This has got to be it. He's an old dude now. He can go fight people in bars. Like he's more successful at beating up people in bars in Ireland than he than he is in the MMA ring in the last 5 years. So he can go do that. All right, let's talk about what we got to talk about because that was funny for like 20 minutes, but that's about it. I do have an update from Victoria Police. So, shortly after we got off the air yesterday, there was an update that came out through VicPol. And if I can get it on the screen for you, I will show it to you. Hold on. Here it is, right here. So that 16-year-old boy who was accused of killing Layla has now been charged. and was due to appear at a children's court, probably like a weekend court, possibly to be remanded into custody. I wouldn't think on a murder charge you'd be getting out over the weekend. But yeah, he's definitely been charged now. That happened like about an hour after we got off the air yesterday. Happened, yeah, 5:03 p.m. So actually only about half an hour after we got off the air that update broke. So yeah, 16-year-old has been charged with one count of murder. The boy is from the Swan Hill area and was arrested by detectives on Friday following the execution of a warrant at a residential address. The charge follows on an investigation into the disappearance of a missing 13-year-old girl who was last seen on July 4. The boy is expected to appear before a children's court this afternoon for a remand hearing. I would suspect he was denied bail and he will be held until trial. I can't expect that they would give him any sort of bond. Not on this type of case where you've got a girl who was found dead in the in the middle of town. I can't imagine he's getting out anytime soon. Awful case. Some of the details that came out over the last 24 hours. There was a photo. Can I find it for you? There was a photo with the forensic police taking photos of what they believe to be the crime scene. And I don't want to show you anything from the crime scene as such, but let me see if I can find it. They were just taking photos of like what looked like an old vegetable patch, and they were taking photos there in their Tyvek suit and all that type of thing. Here, let me see if I can find it. That's not it. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, yeah, this one. Give me a sec, guys. I'll grab it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Found it. So there was this photo that came out, and you see the forensic officers working over here in this like looks like a disused vegetable patch type thing. And yeah, when you got forensics in the whole suit and the mask and the cameras and yeah, you guys can probably guess what's going on in this photo here. So what an awful place for a 13-year-old girl to wind up. We don't know much of the details surrounding it right now, but to go out, meet up with this 16-year-old and plan to come back home. Her aunt says that she left the light on so that she could find her way back, you know, to come home. So it doesn't sound like she was going for a long time. And then to find her body here after a number of days. It's an awful story. Awful, awful. So I will bring you updates when I can. I don't know when this kid's going to be back in court. The fact that he's underage will cause a lot of issues in trying to report on this because when someone is under the age of 18 in Victoria, they are protected against reporting in the media. So I won't be able to get things like court documents unless they charge him as an adult, which I don't know if they're going to. I will be getting very limited information about it. It's annoying, but I don't know. That's just the laws down here. We're not allowed to. So I'll bring you what I can. I don't know when he's due back in court. There's not even an update about that. I'm guessing he got remanded into custody, and yeah, I'll tell you more when I have it. Right now, don't have it. So sorry about that. Let me check. I'll check if there is a better update. Um, no, that was the last update. So yeah, I would guess he was probably remanded into custody. Boy charged. Yeah, I'm just having another look. So he was remanded into custody after appearing in children's court. So he did appear in court late on Saturday afternoon, and he's been remanded. So Remanded means that basically you're being held for trial. So that means you can't get bond. Bond would be officially refused. So that means, yeah, he's being held until he'll go to trial on the charges. So unless he makes some sort of application for leave to a higher court, something like, I'm not sure how the children's court works with the other courts, but I'm sure there's an avenue that you could seek leave to go to a different court and then ask for another look at bond. But I would suspect in this particular case that he would have a hard time getting that approval from the court, being that the evidence is probably weighed against him. I hear that there is some evidence that he has already told police that he was involved and there were admissions made to authorities. So I don't think you're getting a bond for that. Yeah. Hey, good to see you guys. So that's your update for that. In the case of 16-year-old 13-year-old Layla, that 16-year-old boy who has not been named is being held in custody. All right. Everyone was very impassioned about this case that we spoke about last night. Now, it caught me a little off guard too, because it was on my list of things to do. And I sort of went, yeah, it's a really important case, but we've got the one in Victoria, we've got a different one in the UK. And then when we listened to the details last night, it was really shocking to hear of a young girl, like, we're talking like 4 years old, liquefied. Liquefied is the word I'm going to use because they're saying tools and a chemical were used to degrade her body enough that it could have been poured into a river. Poured like a liquid. That is horrific. Now, one thing we didn't get to listen to last night was the 911 call. I want you to listen to it. I'm going to take you over to it, and I want you to have a listen to how much bullshit is in this 911 call because you can smell it from a mile off. You can smell it from a freaking mile off. Yeah. Listen to the 911 call. It is absolute horseshit.
Hillsborough Street. I can't find my baby.
39 Hillsborough Street.
Yes, ma'am. She was outside playing, and I came out here after cooking dinner a little bit, and I'm looking for her, but I don't see her nowhere.
All right. How old is this baby?
She's 4.
All right. What was she wearing?
She has on pink Minnie Mouse pajamas, and she had me in pink beads. She had braids.
Is she black, white, or Hispanic?
She's mixed.
Okay. How long ago did you see her, ma'am? When was the last time you saw her?
I just came out here like no less than 20 to 30 minutes ago. I went in the house to cook dinner, and I told her it's time to come in once it starts getting dark. And when I came out here,
Just take a breath for me, okay? I already have them on the way to you, okay? Do you know where she might be heading? Okay, you have any family or friends that live around the area?
No, but she usually try to chase our chickens to catch them, and I've been looking through the woods to try to see if I see her, but I don't see her nowhere.
Oh, and the Oscar for absolute shitty acting goes to that woman. Oh, I've looked everywhere. I went to the woods and everything. I found Winnie the Pooh out there. Winnie the Pooh says she hasn't, well, Winnie the Pooh hasn't seen my little girl. It's terrible. Like, you can hear the fake sort of um urgency in her voice. Like, it's not real. It sounds like someone pretending to be panicked. And as we heard now, when this 911 call was made, Javeayah was already been missing for a month. So this is not a spur of the moment thing. She didn't go missing that night. She'd been dead for a month at this point. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh says you're full of poo. That's right. She went to the forest, did she? Okay, whatever. We all believe you. Better than some. Yeah, I mean, we've heard some pretty crappy ones in the past. But this is only 1 20-minute of it. There's another 4 minutes of this. So yeah, I'll let you listen to it.
What's your name?
My name is Micheline Henry.
What's her name?
Javeayah Harris.
Harris? I couldn't hear the first name.
Javeayah is spelled Javeayah. And I wasn't out here. I'm 39 weeks pregnant. I can't keep up with her like that.
Okay. And what? Anybody else out there with her? Like that was out there with her? Any friends, kids playing with her?
The way our yard is set up, it's nothing but the dogs and the chickens right here at the back.
All right. Does she have any health issues? Any mental issues? Anything like that?
Yeah, she got some health issues. Yeah, she's fucking dead. That's the health issue. Yeah, if you were honest, you'd be like, yeah, she's dead. We murdered her. That's the health issue. It's if only honesty was a real thing.
They suspected she was autistic, but she just now turned 4, so they don't have no diagnosis all the way.
Okay.
She's very smart, though. She don't seem autistic.
Does she talk?
Yeah. She can carry a full conversation.
Okay. You didn't see any vehicles before you went inside or anything like that?
No, but what worries me is these crackheads that walk in his house behind the house. I don't know. I've always...
So, first you try to say that she's autistic. Then you try to blame the crackheads that live nearby. The poor crackheads who live near door probably never hurt anyone. They're just getting high. And they didn't touch your little girl. So first you try to blame that she's autistic. Probably seen on the news that there's a lot of autistic children that get out of their home and run away. Unfortunately, that is a thing that happens, especially in the summer months in America. We see a uptick of young autistic people who get out of their homes and unfortunately end up in water. Then she tries to blame the crackheads who live behind her house or something. All right.
I felt weird about them, and I don't know. Hello?
I'm still here, ma'am. Give me just a second.
My call might be breaking up because of where we at.
Okay. What's a good callback number for you, ma'am?
Ma'am, I don't have one. My phone is not on, but I can still call 911.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Okay. I'm on the way to you. Just to confirm, where was she in the house when you saw her last?
No, she wasn't in the house, ma'am. She been playing outside today. And she asked me, can she play for a little bit more before it got dark? And I said yes. And I literally, her bath water is in the tub, ran, and dinner is cooking, and I came out here to get her, and I can't even find her. Okay,
is there a certain place she likes to play outside?
Usually in the chicken coop, and that's usually where I find her every day. And I just looked in here, and she's not in here.
Look, maybe it's a country thing, and that's fine. But the place you find your child at 4 years old is in a chicken coop. Why? I have concerns about that. Why does this child have nothing that it plays with? I mean, I understand poverty, and this area of South Carolina is actually a pretty poor area. I get it. But the fact that the number one place that you find your child that is a play area is a chicken coop. I have concerns about whether this child may have been not playing in the chicken coop, but whether they kept her in there, like during the day. I have a funny feeling that might be the truth, is they actually used to put her in there to confine her.
Okay. Is there any bodies of water nearby?
I don't know, ma'am. Me and my husband just now purchased in this house. I don't know about this area much, but it's not a good area. I'll tell you that. It's not good.
Okay, you say you searched the woods. Is that behind your house?
Yes, it's like a pathway right behind my house, and we usually take the dog sometimes in the woods to just let them run, and she'll come. So I know she knows about the woods, and but I look down the same pathway that we walk, and I do not see her.
Okay, and you said she was wearing pink Minnie Mouse pajamas. Anything else you may be wearing?
Her beads are pink.
Beats are pink.
Yeah, she's got braids. I mean, I don't know if she got on Crocs or with shoes, cause she just puts on play shoes. But I don't, ma'am. It's not no way that she could have got far.
All right. Do you have any neighbors around the area that you're familiar with she might be going to?
No, we don't talk to none of these people. None of these people, because they all mostly do drugs. I don't associate myself with that.
Have you checked with neighbors to see if they have seen her?
No, ma'am. I'm literally like, I called you like 10 minutes after I stepped outside. The cops are pulling up right now.
All right, go ahead and talk to them, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, no.
Look, I get that she's ready to pop. She's like, what, 39 weeks pregnant at the time? I get it. I still don't know any mom who, even if she was a week before giving birth, wouldn't be out there looking for her child. I had a friend who gave birth not long ago, actually, about a year ago, and she was still working up until like a month before she gave birth. Like, on her feet all day, 8-hour shifts every day, and was basically working up until her due date. I think she took off like a month before she gave birth. That's it. And so, this woman saying, "Oh, I'm so, I'm so pregnant, I can't go out there and look for her." Any mum worth her salt would be out there looking for her kid, no matter if that baby was coming out of her. If she was in labor, that mum would be out there, I guarantee it. The only reason she's not out there is because we know now, she knows that Javeayah is dead. Like, Javeayah's been dead for weeks by this point. They've already dissolved her body in liquid, like in a chemical. Now, it was interesting, like, I was looking up what the corrosive chemical might have been, and, I think they didn't wanna say because they don't want any copycat, sort of stuff going on. Now, what's interesting to me is that they were able to get the remains down to a level where they could pour it into a waterway. And that's weird to me, but they did say a tool was used to help advance that process. They wouldn't say what the chemical was. Now, I have a good idea of what it might be because the chemical that me and you would think about, this might be the chemical that we would all think about in true crime. It probably isn't accessible to these people. I would think that they can't get a hold of it. Now that might be hydrochloric acid, it might be sulfuric acid, it might be hydrogen peroxide, it might be a couple of other things, but I would think it might be something very simple, a very simple corrosive. So they use the word corrosive. Now, corrosive can be a number of things, not always what we think of in true crime. I wonder if it was battery acid because they said on this property they had a lot of junk. And I wonder if they had a lot of like car batteries. And I wonder if that's what it was because I don't think these people are carrying around a 50-gallon container of hydrochloric acid. They're just not. They're not a lab company. They're not going to be carrying that around. And I just wonder, like, what else would they have at hand? And I think it might be battery acid. That's what I think. There are ways to do that too. Warner still said, "I don't know anything about corrosive chemicals." I told you that there was a way to do it, but I didn't want to air it on the show. And I was thinking about it last night, and I was like, should I mention if how to do it? And I had a bit of a look online whether other people had mentioned it. And yes, other people have mentioned it. So I feel somewhat comfortable in telling you guys what it is because it's not a secret. There's been other shows on it. There's YouTube channels that have done experiments with it. So I feel okay telling you exactly what the best way to do this would be. A person with some intellect would use something called piranha. It's called piranha. And basically, it's a amped up version of hydrochloric acid. It's a way of turbocharging that reaction. Because the problem you have with these reactions is they don't last forever. When you have a body or something like that, you pour the chemical in and then there's a chemical reaction, right? It doesn't last forever. It only has a short life. If you're trying to dissolve a body, this is only a child, so it's probably smaller than say an adult. It's probably a bit easier, but that chemical reaction doesn't last forever. You would have to keep applying the chemical over and over and over because that chemical reaction will run out. It won't just burn the body like you see in movies and then, oh my God, look, there's human soup. It doesn't work that way. But if you use something like an amplified version like Piranha, that would probably amplify it. It could be better than something like that. Anyway, it's not a secret. It's well known. Here. So it's called Piranha Solution. And this is what I would think is the like they're not doing this. They don't have the skills to do this. They don't have the skills to understand how to do this. It's not hard, but you need to know some chemistry to be able to well, not even that. You just need to know you just need to know what it is, the proportions, and in what ratio. But they probably don't know how to do this. Okay, like I'm not going to give you the. That's the thing I won't do. I won't give you the step by step of how to make it. I'll tell you what it is, but I won't tell you how to use it. I think that's a fair way of doing this. So I heard some people saying that it might be this, and I don't think so. I don't think they're smart enough or have the tools to find the chemicals needed to use this. Now, you would need hydrogen peroxide. Look, most homes have hydrogen peroxide around. Girls use it to dye their hair. Sulfuric acid, it's not something I think most people would have in their home. So it is a something you can use, and it is highly corrosive. Highly. It'll burn you like it's really well known for being vicious. If you want to know how it works on meat and bone, Mythbusters did an episode on this. If you go watch their episode on it's on their Breaking Bad episode. They try and burn it. They try to dissolve a pig in a bathtub. They use piranha solution. First off, they use hydrochloric acid, but then they use piranha solution because the hydrochloric acid didn't work. So they use the piranha. That's the second thing they use. The thing they didn't tell you in the show is what is in piranha. And what is in piranha is sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide. Both pretty common ingredients. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you about this is because I saw some people on TikTok suggesting this is what they did. I don't think so. I don't think they have the smarts to do this, nor would they know the correct percentages to make it. So I don't think so. I think it's most likely something very simple, battery acid, something like that. All you need is an acid and to keep applying it. So if they did this to this little girl, they could use battery acid and keep topping it up like every day. And they like we heard, the kid been dead for over a month, and then they poured her into the river. So I don't think it's this. I don't think it's piranha. I like I said, these people seem like very simple people is the way I'm going to put it. So yeah. So what a horrible way to deal with a human. I think that is like they got done with desecration of remains. So they should. To pour someone into a waterway. They said they only found small parts of her in the water, and they traveled over 100 miles from their home to dump her into that waterway, 100 miles away. They're willing to go to that kind of effort, but not to actually look after the kid. Here, I'll show you. There's a little memorial here for her, and I think this is so cute what they did. The community. Let's see if they play it.
Thanks, Malik. And tonight marks 1 week since the Aiken County Sheriff's Office announced that 4-year-old Javeayah Harris was dead and had been dead for a month. On Thursday, they announced her remains were found after her body was dissolved by chemicals and poured into a lake. The community has come together to support Javeayah with a memorial in front of her house that has grown significantly over the past week. And this is what that memorial looks like today. It has Mickey Mouse items, toys, balloons, and candles, and some more people visiting it. The 4-year-old died after her mother's alleged abuse caused a head injury that she was not taken to the doctor for. The announcement came more than a week after Javeayah was reported missing by her mother on June 30th. Following the report, authorities searched her home and surrounding areas before redirecting the search to the border of Fairfield and Chester County. And these are new mugshots of Javeayah's parents, Michaela Herring and John Mariah Harris. Sheriff Marty Sawyer says both are now facing charges for destruction and desecration of human remains. In addition to their homicide by child abuse charges, both parents have been denied bond. And today in Columbia, organizers are setting up a donation drive for Javeayah's newborn sister that now lives with their grandmother. They're asking for diapers, baby formula, clothes, and hygiene items.
I felt like this is a way of giving back as a community, standing together, trying to help out due to giving to the newborn, and also show the support of the community that we're here to help and assist in any way that we can.
Tomorrow, there will be a vigil at Finlay Park in Columbia at 1 o'clock to honor Javeayah. Attendees are asked to bring flowers, candles, or bubbles.
I love that the community has sort of taken it upon themselves to do all these nice things for young people in the community, on behalf of Javeayah. I love this. Look at all the like toys, and they got like a baby supply drive for Javeayah's siblings. This is true community, and I love it. I love when I see this in America. Australia does. We do have it, but it doesn't happen that often, unfortunately. It's normally during like weather events, like we have fires and things like that, that we see this type of community effort. But I love when something just goes wrong in America, someone in the community bands together and does this type of baby supply drive and make sure that the other kids are taken care of. I love that. I really do. And it's a nice way of honoring her legacy and not the parents. And yeah, these scumbags, here they are. Here they are. I love how he's in a turtle vest and she's in a t-shirt. Why is he in the turtle vest? Why is she not? Do they think that he's unstable and she's not? I'd love to know. Why is he in the turtle vest? She's just in a normal black t-shirt. Very odd. Look, I'm happy that they took the baby off her too. She gave birth like a week before, or very shortly before she was arrested. I'm glad they took the baby off her. I'm hoping that baby's going to be okay. That is good news. Warner still said they didn't get a chance to abuse the new baby. I know, thank God. That hopefully that baby goes to, I think it's with family right now. Maybe they just want to look after it, which is fine. I'm sure not the entire family are mental. I'm hoping that they will do a good job. Gail said, I wish they would do it while the children were alive. Lots of people need help. I think the community does do it when, like, during the week and day in, day out. there's multiple charities that run every day, and they make food for people. They do drives for clothing, and they get blankets and uh, feminine products and things for homeless people. Like it happens every day, but the it takes sometimes these type of events for people to go that extra mile again, to go out and say, "Hey, I'll buy a pack of baby bottles. I'll go out and I'll buy some formula," something like that, and donate it to the drive that's going on, which I think is lovely. I can't believe that there's so many nice people in Colombia that would, right now with the cost of living with everyone, that would spend an extra, $10, $20 and give that to them. It's lovely. It really is. I love this. In the photo here, they made like individual little gift bags for them. It's so kind. I don't know where the kindness comes from. We read so many dark things on this channel, and then you see something like that where there's so much love in the community. So if we can at least take one thing from this, that it's not all hope is lost, that there's a lot of nice people in the community. Woman still said there is no federal statute of limitations or statute of limitations for. Why is there an outstanding murder somewhere? I'm confused. Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So I couldn't remember if it was the night before she got arrested or the night before they called her missing. Thank you for that. I knew it was right before something. She had the baby the night before she called in the child missing. Why? I don't know why you do that. I think it's just dobbing yourself in. Chipmunk said, "I hope those stuffed animals go to good use too." Hopefully, hopefully. I knew a mum who had 4 boys and ran a daycare. They got heavily involved with that chemical, and now can never be near or with children ever again, and all her boys were taken away. Wow, that is very sad. Very sad when she was trying to help people. Hey, Jules, what's up, my friend? It's summertime. Are you sure? I don't know. Are you sure it's summertime? I wonder. Sometimes I wonder if it is. SPL said, "I have a reminder to donate every quarter when I do tax stuff, to donate and find out what the women's shelter needs. Every season is different. Now my kids know what to do to help." It's a good thing to instill in your children. It really is. Just because like maybe you're doing okay, it doesn't mean everyone's doing okay. And especially right now, there was a charity in Melbourne that started up during the pandemic. And what they do is, I wonder if I can find a photo for you. They basically make like food hampers for people. They have bread, vegetables and meat and pantry goods. So you get like 4 giant packages per fortnight. I'll see if I can find it, because I'll show you the lines of people that are having to use the service right now. Hold on. All right, let me see if I can find the photo of it, because it's crazy when you see the traffic that like that there's around the block. I don't know if I can find it. It's a shame that I can't find the photo that I want, but basically there were people lining up down the freeway trying to get into this place that gives you these like big hampers to try and help people, and it's stuff like this. Oh, it's a really bad photo, but it's like these big boxes full of like fresh fruit, fresh veg. Like you get like you get these nice old women who are helping out. There's like a lot of fresh veggies in there. Look at these lovely volunteers, and they make like cereal, and there's even Pop Tarts in there. Wow, the charities are doing well. They've even got Pop Tarts. Yeah, so they make up these giant boxes for people, and they're saying that in the last 12 months, there's been a 400% increase in people needing the service. That means there's like thousands of people across Melbourne who are not getting by each fortnight. And that's really sad to me that, they might be like what they call working poor. People who are working every day and they're still not making enough to get through to the next paycheck. It's very, very sad. It's very nice that we have so many nice charities that do this thing. And look at these lovely women that devote their retirement to making all these boxes every day. I think that's such a lovely endeavor for the community. So I wish I had that photo because it was bonkers when it was on the news. They were showing how bad the traffic was for people coming. So they have this giant warehouse, and you drive in and you stop your car and pop the boot. There's 2 different tables and 2 different people load your boot. So they have like cold stuff and stuff that doesn't need to be refrigerated. And they load your boot with like 4 different boxes. They shut the boot and then you drive through. So it's almost like a drive-through food bank. And it was like hundreds of cars blocking the freeway. And that happens every Thursday. Every Thursday they were saying, because they only open 1 day a week. And that's what they were saying, that there's thousands of people. It's really bonkers. I really wish I knew that one that was doing it in Melbourne so I could show it to you. No, that's not the one. I'm trying to see if it's why does it want to send me to Pakenham? I don't even live anywhere near Pakenham. Trying to see if we can find a good one for you because I love the work they do. Let's see. I can't find it, guys, unfortunately. It's really, really sad, but if I ever find it, I will show it to you, but yeah, it's annoying. But they love to like just pack people's cars up full of stuff, which I think is great. Yeah, like these people here, this is one of them. They have like the food bank here, and they just make these boxes full of stuff and then load people's cars up. So I like that it's being done. It's just sad that it's needed. Chipmunk said, sadly, many abuse these food programs. It's funny. I heard this in the US. I don't hear it much here, but I hear it a lot in the US that there are people in like California and what they call sanctuary cities. Now, I don't want to get into any politics, but it's a common complaint that I've heard that there are sort of like gangs of people that deliberately abuse like the food banks and the places that give out, stuff for people. And they have like fake IDs so they can visit multiple times. You know how they did that investigation into that childcare place in, is it Minnesota? I hope they do it for the hope they do another investigation into the people that are rorting the food banks and that in like California and that, because apparently I don't know why it keeps coming up, but I keep hearing about it too, that there are these groups of people and they use fake IDs to constantly rot the system over there, which I think is awful. Like a lot of them are not from America. I don't want to get into a debate on who should or shouldn't be in America, but I'm just saying that's what I've heard. And if they come solely to do that, that is basically like being a drain on resources. You're basically coming to drain resources for Americans, which I think is horrid. I think it's horrid. There's so many people in America that need help, and you come there just to take more away from them. I hope there's a big investigation for it. Chimang said they drive expensive cars and show up to get food. Look, I don't know if you drive a car, what if you got it on lease? What if it's a car for work and work hires it for you? It doesn't mean you can't afford like you can afford food. What if you have a package from work and that's what they give you, but they don't give you enough to pay your bills? So it's hard to always judge people by the car they drive. It's not always a easy thing to do. Chipmunk said they have many food banks here. I saw the line for one the other day, long line needing help. Like it here in Melbourne too, a lot of people needing help. Warner still says, Ping, you have no idea how bad it really is here. Look, I've been to America. I can't say I've stayed in any one place for a long period of time, but I've seen the homeless people over there. I maybe don't understand the full picture of it, but I can tell you that from living in Melbourne and our homeless to being in somewhere like LA, and I've been to LA multiple times, I can tell you that it's vastly different. It's vastly different. Like, we have people that sleep on the street, they sleep in the parks, like, yeah, that's pretty common. But you guys have, like, giant areas full of homeless people, like, I'm serious, it's like a small suburb, and we just don't have that here. Like, we just don't have that type of homeless population here. Chimong said, "When they go online and gloat about their holes." I've always thought that there's nothing honorable about bragging about sort of things like that, about if you are getting help. There's nothing you're not impressing anyone by saying you're accepting charity. It's why when people donate to this channel, I don't go, "Oh my god, someone donated $200," because I feel embarrassed that I have to do stuff like that. So, um, I there's no pride in that. Missy said, "Too many of them, Ping. They're not going to do what they have. To do what they have. Bigger fish to fry. They just have to answer to God." True. Gail said 10 cities. Yeah, there are, and we do have some, but they're very small. The ones in the LA and some other places, they're massive. Like, they could have their own postcode. They could have their own postcode and voting number. SP said, "Every car I've owned was paid in cash and used." Yeah, I mean, our car is nothing fancy. Our car's like 15 years old. It's actually, I think it's older than that. I think it's 20 years old. Our car's like 20 years old. We don't drive a new car. We drive a very old car. So yeah, I get it. We paid in cash. We keep it running. We've replaced everything in it. It's had a new clutch. It's had new brakes. It's had a new exhaust. It's had a new. Yeah, we did the clutch like 2 years ago. It was like 2 grand. It's had new tires. It's had new brakes. It's had a new engine chain. It's had a new battery. We just keep replacing stuff on it because it keeps running. So we don't want to buy a new car. We like our car. Chibang said, "I almost died from not having food. I was 16, 17 in an abusive relationship. We went to a couple of food banks and he ate all the food. I was down to 95 pounds and couldn't even hold the book up, too heavy." You sound like Mrs. Ping when she was sick last year. She couldn't walk upstairs by the time she got to the hospital. She could literally not walk up 2 stairs. Not at all. She would take her 10 minutes to get up 2 stairs. So I understand what it looks like. Um, like you guys know, I lived on the street for most of my teenage life, and I know what it's like to be food insecure. I I was a thin kid because didn't have regular meals. I lived on the street, so it was like whenever I could eat, I ate, and when I didn't, I didn't. So I get it. I come from that world. I get it very much. Espion said, "The car comment is that what people consider luxury or high end." Ah, okay. I mean, I don't know if I've seen any BMWs or anything like that. Chipmunk said, "Those services are needed. Many people do work with programs to get past it. Others stay stuck because income never changes." Yeah, that's the thing with like welfare. Welfare is never ever going to build you out of it. It just isn't. It's only there to make you survive. Like, it's a survival mechanism. It's not going to ever get you out of it. I think a lot of people suspect that eventually they'll be able to build up from the welfare payments, but you can't. It's designed in a way to only barely keep you functioning. Barely. It's not there to make a career off or make a life off. It's not possible. You can't live off, like, what is it, like $400 a month or something? Um, Chipmunk said, "A million hugs, Pin. We can all play a part in services that are needed." Yeah, so we support a lot of these type of charities. Mrs. Ping likes the animal charities, and we do different things throughout the year. So that, for us, that's how we do it. But we like animals as well. Gayla said, I bought this car new 18 years ago, got it serviced last week, and the mechanic said it was like a newer car, low mileage. If anything goes wrong, it's replaced. That's what we do. We don't buy a new car. We just keep the one we've got because it works well. Why would we get rid of it? It works great. And our mechanic says the same thing. It's mechanically sound, it's good quality, it runs well, doesn't take a lot of gas. It's like only a 4-cylinder. It's driven hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles, and it keeps going. So we love it. I get it. SPL said, what happens is people who have evil in their heart take advantage of the good and systems we have. Yeah, I agree. All right. If we talk about homeless all night, we'll be here for 4 hours talking about it. I mean, maybe one night we'll have to do a show on the rotting of the system in America. I think that would be a great show. I hate the fact that there's so much money that is outgoing into these charities, but it seems to never make a difference. Like it's the Africa problem. You guys have heard the Africa problem. It's like you think of all the fundraising and all the billions of dollars that have been raised for Africa, like say since I don't know the 80s or 70s or whatever, to today. It's billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. Yet nothing has changed, and it's because of the corruption. There's so much corruption to do with like the charities and how they raise the money and where the money goes and where the aid goes, and then it gets pilfered, and then the people at the bottom never get it. The people that it's supposed to go to never get the money or the food or the aid. It's like 5% actually makes it to the people. So it's the same type of problem. SPR said, here in Montana, we can site up weekly or monthly for kids, plants, highways, food, anyone to give to community service. Yeah, we don't have that here. I know in America it's a big thing. Like you can adopt a highway and then you can either donate money or time to making it look good. I love that idea. I think we should do that here. Snapcrackle said, I bought my car new and it's 10 years old. If I can help it, I will keep it. Yeah, keep your car. Kelly Girl said, is Ping a Corolla guy? Our car's not a Corolla, but it's similar to a Corolla. Yeah. It's not a Toyota, but it's similar. Let's see. All right. Let's keep going. Otherwise, you guys are going to get me off topic. All right. We've done that. We've done Javeayah. I think that 911 call says a lot. I think it really does tell you exactly what was going on. All right. What else have we got on my updates for today? I feel like I lost my train of thought after we got onto that topic. What was I going to tell you about? We did the 16-year-old. We did. Oh, no. Wait, Ping. I think we had one more thing for Javeayah. Javeayah? I'm going to pronounce it with the Australian accent, and that's how I'm going to say it. Here, let me see if I had one more video for us to watch. No, okay. I think we did play it. Okay, good. We're okay. We're okay. Oh, no, wait, we do. Is this the one I wanted to play? Good work at Saturday night. Oh, no. Yeah, that's just a 911 call. I had another video lined up, but we already watched it, and I don't think there's a point in playing it again. Here, I'll show it to you. It's just the 911 call. And I don't think we want to go through it a second time. Let me just check if there's any other information I wanted to share with you. Oh, so people are asking about the remains, like how did they know it was her? How did they know it was Javeayah? They're saying here that the remains that they were able to find from that, they call it Stumpy Pond in Fairfield County. It's also called Cedar Creek Reserve. They're saying a few human remains were recovered in an area known as Cedar Creek Reserve or Reservoir at Stumpy Pond in Fairfield County. They're saying it's 100 miles northeast of Hillsborough Street and Ridgecrest Road in Aiken. And they're saying this is where they found those very few remains of her. And they're saying those remains were sent to SLED and the lab and analysis showed that the DNA of the remains were consistent with being the biological offspring of the mother and father. When they start talking in DNA in that way, you have to know that there's not much there, because what they're not talking about, they're analyzing it that it is her. They're just saying that the DNA result that they were able to get just verifies that it's some offspring from the mother and father, not even that it's her. So that shows you how degraded and destroyed her remains were, that they couldn't even get a DNA test to say 100% that it's her, just that it's a child from the mom and the dad. So I think that that is very descriptive of how damaged her remains were, really. So yeah, they're in custody. I don't think they're going to get out anytime soon, thank God. And I'm just trying to find out when the next court day is. Yeah, so no bond has been set for either of them, and both are being held at the Aiken County Detention Center for now. So neither of them got bond. They're going to probably be held for trial, but I don't have an upcoming trial date or a court date or something like this. They're saying both will remain jailed without bond pending their circuit court hearings, but so far no days have been assigned for when those circuit court days will happen. So when we get it, I will let you know. All right. Let's see what else we've got here for tonight. We've always got interesting stuff to catch up on. There was a little bit, the one in the UK that we did yesterday. Remember we talked about that politician in the UK that was killed? Well, there's been something very odd go on, and I have a feeling it's just the way that UK cops investigate things. They arrested that 26-year-old man yesterday, but they released him last night. They didn't even release him on bond. They just let him go. So that tells me that they don't think it's him. The fact that they didn't even ask for a bond from this man. But then today, they arrested a 28-year-old man in South Yorkshire, 270 miles away from Miss Whitcombe's home on Saturday evening. And this 28-year-old man remains in custody tonight. So I don't exactly know what's going on. I don't know why they arrested one guy and then found another 28-year-old guy. It must be just people they're looking for, maybe. Hold on. Why is that playing? There we go. So they're saying here, yeah, that 26-year-old man was released and is no longer under suspicion of committing the murder. But this 28-year-old man that they arrested today in South Yorkshire says that he was arrested on suspicion of murder. What does that mean? I don't really know, except for UK cops tend to work in, like I told you yesterday, a slightly different way to other authorities. Maybe it's just someone they thought might have done it. Once they interviewed them, they realized they had nothing to do with it and let them go. This 28-year-old man, who again they're calling a white British male, 28 years old, is still in custody tonight. He has not been let go, and they are currently interviewing him. That's the information I have. They are currently interviewing this man. I'm just trying to see if there's a better update for him. No, it doesn't seem so. They're saying that basically that is the update from the authorities. He is in an interview room being interviewed by Devon and Cornwall. That's not a real word. Cornwall PD. So yeah, a 28-year-old male was arrested Saturday evening in South Yorkshire, England, on suspicion of murder of former UK lawmaker Anne Widdecombe. And they're saying the suspect is a white British national who is now in police custody. That's it. That is all they're saying. But listen to this bit down here. We were supported by counter-terrorism policing Northeast and South Yorkshire Police, who carried out the arrest on behalf of Devon and Cornwall PD. The police said there is no information to suggest her murder was an act of terrorism or politically motivated. But you have counterterrorism police arresting people. Odd. I wonder if they think it might be either terrorism or politically motivated, but they don't have the evidence right now to say it is, because why are you having anti-terrorism police go and pick people up? It's very odd. So if you didn't know this, she was found dead in her home, and the timeline got a little, there's a photo of her right there. The timeline got a little thinner today. Apparently, it happened around 12:30 p.m. She was due on the air for an interview at 1 p.m. So there's only like a 2-hour gap from her previous interview that she did in the morning to the one that was going to happen at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And they reckon around 12:30, that is when this person, who they don't know who it is yet, broke into her home and basically bludgeoned her to death in her home. So I will let you know if they end up charging this guy. Right now, there's no new information, just that they're interviewing him. So that can take anywhere from half a day to 3 days in the UK. So they have up to 72 hours to interview and release the man. So it could be anywhere between now and like Monday. We'll have to wait and see. All right, there's your update for that. I hope we get a better update later on. All right, let's have a look. What else do I have in the US for you guys? What? Okay. I want to hear about this. Hey, apparently there is more information that 911 call for Brooke Hanlon has now been released. Oh, yes, I would like to see that. Can we play that somehow? Okay, now we finally get this 911 call. I would like to hear that. All right, I'm going to take you out to Fox. I think it's the only place I can get it. Yeah.
Developments to tell you about in the killing of New Jersey mom, Brooke Hanlon. Fox News has obtained a chilling 911 call capturing the moments after her husband says he found her stabbed to death inside their home last month. We should warn you, the audio is graphic and might be difficult to hear. CB Cotton has the story from our New York City newsroom. CB.
Hey, John. So after multiple public records requests, Fox News has obtained the 911 call made by Brooke Hanlon's husband, Connor, from their Chester, New Jersey home back on June 6th. The nearly 7-minute call was made just before 4:30 p.m. And in it, Connor can be heard frantically telling the dispatcher that he's found his wife with a cut on her chest. He goes on to explain that he's on the second floor of the house. The dispatcher tells Connor how to do CPR as the husband begs for paramedics to get there. We want to warn once again that this call is graphic and disturbing.
Listen carefully, and I'll tell you how to do chest compression, sir. Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
There's a cut. That's where there's a cut.
I'm sorry, what was that, sir?
There's blood everywhere.
Keep going, sir. 1, 2, 3,
Oh my God,
4.
What
1,
the happened?
2, 3, 4.
What the happened?
And where's there a large cut, sir?
There's one on her breast. There's one right below her breast.
Okay. Just keep going, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So 3 weeks after that 911 call on June 29th,
I don't know. I want to hear that again. Hold on.
investigators public
Carefully, and I'll tell you how to do.
is graphic and disturbing.
Listen carefully, and I'll tell you how to do chest compression, sir. Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
There's a cut. That's where there's a cut.
I'm sorry, what was that, sir?
There's blood everywhere.
Keep going, sir. 1, 2, 3,
Oh my God,
4.
What
1,
happened?
2, 3, 4.
What the happened?
And Where's there a big, a large cut, sir?
There's one on her breast. There's one right below her breast.
Okay, okay, just keep going, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So 3 weeks after that 911 call, on June 29th, investigators publicly identified Brooke Hanlon. On July 1st, police announced a $1,000 reward for the public's help in the case. And just yesterday, July 10th, Fox an attorney cooperative. The couple lived in this. He's hired an attorney, and we know prosecutors have been in
Oh, that's him right there taking the bin out?
contact with him, but they wouldn't say whether he's been recently spotted dollar reward for the public's help in the case. And just yesterday, July is now staying with family. Fox News Digital recently spotted Connor at a home in Massachusetts. He's not been accused of any crime, nor has he made any public statements.
I love how there's a camera right there. And he comes out of the thing looking for cameras. You can tell he's all like, where are the cameras? And he comes out and there's a camera like right there. I love it. Yeah, I want to hear the whole thing, not like 10 seconds of it. I'm just seeing if it is available. I'm trying to look for it right now. I I don't know. I'm a little unconvinced. I'd like to hear all of it. I have a transcript of it, but I don't have all of it. I would like to hear the entire audio of it. I'm just trying to see if I can grab it from somewhere. I don't think anyone's actually got it. I don't know why they're not allowed to play all of it. Maybe that's the only bit they allowed to have an audio portion of it. Like I work with the courts, I know what they're like. And that sometimes with the court or the police, they'll say, "We'll give you a transcript of it, but the actual audio or video, we can only give you part of it." And that happens all the time. Like I get that all the time from the Supreme Court, where they're like, "Yeah, you got a transcript. It has all the details, but if you want the actual video, we can only give you like a minute of it." Happens pretty common. Why they want to do that, I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell from just that little bit because he does sound kind of panicked, and he does sort of sound like he doesn't know where the injuries are. Like he goes to do the CPR, and then he's like, "Oh, there's a cut. Why? There's a cut there." Like he does sound confused. Hold on. Yeah, I'm a little. Here, I'll tell you what else it says here. It says here that there's a transcript of the 911 call, and at the beginning of the call, he says, "I just found my wife inaudible," so they can't tell what it says. CPR, "I need CPR instructions." And then Connor can be heard saying in the 911 call, "I need you here. I need you here immediately." When asked by the 911 operator if Brooke was bleeding or conscious, he yells into the phone, "No." Police operators then provide Connor guidance on how to provide the CPR, which is what we saw. And then he says, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, we heard that in the thing. It's interesting. The 911 call was placed at 4:29 p.m. and at 4:42 p.m. a dispatcher noted suspicious death on the file. An autopsy later determined that Brooks' cause of death was multiple sharp force injuries and the manner of death was homicide. There have been no suspects identified in the case and Connor has not been charged with the crime. I'm still very unsure. Hey, I don't know. I want to hear the whole thing. Let me see if I can find it because it sounds a bit convenient. Here, let's have a look. I think that link, the one we took you to just before, is the only one that we have. I think Fox News Digital is the only people who have the audio file right now.
Oh my God! There's a laceration in my wife. I don't.
One call.
I just found my wife. I don't know what's going on. CPR. I need CPR. There's instructions.
Okay, she's not breathing or conscious?
Oh my God! There's a laceration in. No, please. I don't know if there's blood. I need you here. I need you here immediately.
Yes, sir. So she is bleeding and she's not conscious. Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Hard to listen to. Here now to react, former homicide detective and retired chief of detectives with the heard.
I just found my wife. I don't know what's going on. CPR. I need CPR. There's instructions.
Okay, she's not breathing or conscious?
Oh my God! There's a laceration in. No, please. I don't know if there's blood. I need you here. I need you here immediately.
Yes, sir. So she is bleeding and she's not conscious. Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It's really hard to tell. It's not like a real obvious one. Like, we've heard some pretty obvious 911 calls, like the one we played earlier tonight for Javeayah. I don't know. This one's doesn't scream anything, super negative. I don't hear anything that I would think would be unusual. He sounds pretty panicked. I would expect someone to feel that way if they happened upon their wife like that. So I don't really see anything here that I would think is, negative in any way. It sounds pretty, plausible. The thing I don't understand is I don't understand how we need more details on how he found her. Where was he before that? So before 4:29, where was he? Was he not at home? Did he come home at 4:29 and find her like that? If he did, then that's a different story. Then we've got a different case on our hand. What is got like I know that's for the cops, okay? The cops don't owe us any details, but that's a different story then. If that's true, if he came home at 4:29 and found her like that, why is the PD not telling us who they're looking for? Like, they must know that there's someone in the neighborhood that broke into her home, hurt her. It's very there's a couple of just strange things going on. The fact that he lawyered up, like, I mean, that's your right. Anyone being spoken to by police, especially in a partner killing, you probably should get a lawyer, because the first thing they're gonna do is look at you. So I don't blame anyone for getting a lawyer. I think that's probably a smart idea. I don't know. I'm really at a loss. Yeah, I know. Danny says I'd lawyer up. Yeah, I would too. And it would probably make me look guilty as hell. But you have to, because the first thing they're going to do is try pin it on you. Who wanted the divorce? I don't think there was any divorce here. Not that I've heard. Not that I've heard of any their relationship breaking down. SPR said, we need to know what happens before in the days ahead of time and what's going on in their relationship. Yes. I want to know what happened before 4:29, before this 911 call was placed. Where was he? Was he at the home? If he was, how can he explain that his wife suddenly has massive bleeding from a knife wound? If he wasn't at home, where was he? And why did he come home at 4:29? So that would be like, these are things that the cops have to ask, like, not me. But Gayla said, I think you are protecting yourself by asking for a lawyer. Probably my first words. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think he's guilty for lawyering up. The media make it seem like, whoa, he got a lawyer, he must be guilty. No, it's what smart people do. You always want to have representation. Bengal said, guessing you covered the missing woman from Toowoomba who was found deceased today. I haven't done it yet. We will in a minute. I haven't done it yet. Warner Steele said, you have to lawyer up. It'd be stupid not to. Yeah. I think for the most part, the 911 call sounds legitimate. Like, he could be acting, okay? That he could be. But he sounds pretty panicked, and it doesn't sound put on. He might be the best actor in the world, maybe, but it doesn't sound forced or labored or like that woman in the Javeayah case. Her one, you could just smell the bullshit from miles away. Like, she's saying things that don't make sense. She's saying things that just she's trying to blame it on different things too. Oh, it's the crackheads. Oh, it's this person. Oh, she has, mental deficiency, like all sorts of things. There's none of that here, that at least not in the bit of audio that we have. But it's interesting that the operator noted it down as a suspicious death. I mean, I guess anytime someone is stabbed in the chest with a knife, it's probably not a natural death. But yeah, I would love to hear more of that call, because I'm guessing it's longer than that. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else here. They're saying here, prosecutors confirmed to Fox News Digital that Connor has been communicating with investigators and has retained a lawyer. Okay. And they're saying Connor has not been charged with a crime or accused of any wrongdoing. I mean, then if that's the case, if we take it at face value, then we have a random maniac walking through that area, breaking into homes in the broad daylight in the middle of summer, killing young women and mums. If that was the case, I would expect the authorities to be doing more press conferences, asking for more community help, saying, hey, there was a guy seen in the neighborhood, a neighbor saw it, like something like that, anything. But the fact that the cops have not done a press conference at all, there is no press conference for this at all in over a month, tells me that maybe they think they know who did it. So I'm very, I'm very like 50-50 on. I know this now means something different in the world of the young people, so they could probably do a gif of me doing this and think I'm talking about some girl's nice butt or something, but I mean more like the scales are 50-50. SP1 said we are also critical. You should hear my 911 call when I was tearing to my therapist and my brain called 911. I was so confused and they helped me. Isn't that nice? I'm glad you're doing much better now. Oh, I did. Yeah, I replied to it, you silly person. I replied to it. I sent you a reply. You're worse than me at the emails, my friend. You're worse than I am. Here, I'll show it to everyone. So this is everyone loved Kathy's dog for the 4th of July weekend. Here is Kathy's dog enjoying a luau and doing her best Hawaiian impersonation. So look, she looks very impressed, very impressed. So there is Kathy's dog enjoying the summertime for you. What a cute dog. Hey Diane Marie, how are you, my friend? No clue. Yeah, I don't know either. I know it's a cute dog, right? I know her dog could have an Instagram account. She could have an Instagram account where she makes like different, like these type of photos like every day. It'd be very cute. So yeah, look, I don't know, guys. I'm very confused over this whole entire case. I really am, because there's so many things here that don't make sense to me. I don't know why. Like, why would he run away then and hide at his parents' house in Massachusetts? Why would he leave the state altogether? Like, he's not even in the state anymore. Wait, what state are we in? No, we're in Jersey, right? Yeah. So he went back to Massachusetts. So they're actually from Massachusetts. That's where they originally lived. So Brooke and him actually met in MA. Then they moved to New Jersey later in their relationship. So they're actually from that area. But why, after your wife is killed, would you leave the area? Are you worried the killer will come after you? Like, why would you leave the state? It's almost, if I was a very cynical YouTuber in true crime, which I am, I would suggest that might be making it harder for authorities to interview you and to then have to get an extradition warrant to get you back to New Jersey. Because once you cross state lines, then you got more problems of trying to get him back to New Jersey. Just my opinion as a very cynical YouTuber in true crime, but that's where my mind goes. Gayla said that looks like that looks says, "Mom, I'm gonna shit in your bed for doing this." Yeah. Kathy, Kathy said that the dog. So I don't know if Kathy wants me to tell you what the dog's name is, but Kathy was telling me that the dog got sprayed by a skunk too. So Kathy, I replied to you saying I hope you had some sort of masking agent to get rid of the smell. I don't know. Did Kathy tell you? Ah, okay. I don't know, but I'm hoping Kathy told you. Yeah, how did you get the smell out, Kathy? Does your home smell like skunk tonight? Like, how did you wash her? Like, she's only a little dog. You could probably get her in the shower, but yeah, she's only little. So hopefully it wasn't a big mission to try and get your home de-skunked. She's almost skunk free now. You just got to keep Febrezing her. Just like have a bottle of Febreze and follow her around like for hours. Poor dog. She's probably like, I hate this. I hate this smell. It smells terrible. Poor dog. Uh, your house smells like skunk? Oh no. That's terrible, my friend. I didn't know that they live. Like, it's a weird feeling for me. Like, we have koalas and, kangaroos and things like that. They don't come in our backyard unless you live in the country. But people that have raccoon and skunk, can the skunk climb? Can they go up a fence? Like, if you have a fenced-in backyard, can a skunk climb over your fence like a cat? Like, they're like a cat, right? Aren't they, like, sorta like a cat in a way? Like, can they climb a fence and get into your backyard? Otherwise, how do you have interactions with a skunk? Like, do they live in the forest? Like, I've never seen one before, like, so I don't know where they live. No, they can't climb any fences? So how do you have interactions with them? Is it only, like, if you take your dog for a walk, or they walk everywhere? Oh, okay. Skunks, no. Raccoon, yeah. Yeah, raccoon can climb, I know that. It sprayed through the fence. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Hmm. Cali Girl says a friend in Sonora leaves kitty kibble out for the skunk. That's so weird. I feel so weird that you guys have so many weird creatures. Like, I keep telling you guys that you think Australia is scary, but I reckon the US has way more freaky critters than Australia does. Like I told you, you guys have got cougar, bobcat, skunk, raccoons, two different types of bear. You've got snake, tarantulas, great white sharks, wolf. You guys have got wolf that live in places. You got wolves that live in places. Like, we don't have any of that. We've got a few crocodiles that live up the top of Australia that no one ever sees. We've got sharks that live at the beach. And then we've got a few snakes and spiders. That's it. Oh, and we've got an octopus that will kill you. We've also got an octopus that will kill you. It's literally like this big and it'll kill you. But that's about it. Like, as long as you don't pick up the octopus, it ain't gonna hurt you. So I actually think America has more dangerous animals than Australia. I think everyone in America has been brainwashed by the Discovery Channel because I would never go into the wilderness in America. I don't want to see a bear. I don't want to see that. I don't want to go get confronted by a black bear. So, yeah, I think America has worse animals than America. I mean, I think America has worse animals than Australia. Cali Girl says you also have the dingo. Yeah, but the funny thing is about that, they all live in remote locations. Like dingo live in the desert, or they live on Fraser Island. That's it. They don't live anywhere else. I've never seen a dingo. I've lived in Australia for over 40 years and I've never seen one. I've never seen a crocodile either. So, like I don't know what to tell you. Winner still said people who try to get selfies with the buffalo. There you go. You got buffalo too. We don't have any buffalo. So my opinion, America is more dangerous animal wise than Australia. I think that is you've been lied to your entire life. All right, here. So Brooke Hanlon, what are we going to do with this, guys? I reckon we're just going to have to play the waiting game. We're going to have to play the waiting game with Brooke Hanlon. Really, it seems like every 3 or 4 days we get another dribble of information come out. We get like another little breadcrumb of information. It's very strange, though. It's very odd. Like we're not seeing any like none of her friends are coming out saying, yeah, her boyfriend was a jerk, and like we're not seeing anything like that. I'm just trying to see. So her friends spoke to the news. Here's Connor, by the way. You guys want to see him putting out his bin? Here's him in MA putting out the family bin. There he is. What does it say here? Connor had a reserved nature about him when this person who is a friend of the slain woman says that Connor had a reserved nature about him when she knew him. He didn't really have much personality. I didn't think he was very motivated. That's interesting. Not very motivated. Are you saying he's basically a bum? Are you saying he's basically someone who didn't want to work or something? Interesting. That's a weird way of describing your ex-friend's partner. Not very motivated. So yeah, this is her and her friend. So I'll show you the photo. This is the woman who knew Brooke. They were friends together, obviously, when they went to university. And she said she calls Connor not very motivated. I don't know what that means, but sounds like a nice way of calling him a bum. Taking care of old parents, maybe. Espionage said there's so many creatures. Yeah, I blame you guys. Yes, that might be true. All right. Let's see. Let's have another. Oh, you guys want to talk about the Queensland one? Did someone come here and ask me about the Queensland Toowoomba? We could do that. We could do that. So there's been a missing woman in Toowoomba, Queensland for a period of time, and her body was found. We now have some body cam, which I'm going to play to you in a minute. You guys always rush me into my next story. Here, I'm going to take you to... I want to take you to Queensland Police. Give me 1 second. I have to load this. 1 minute. All right. So we're going to have to do it this way, unfortunately. It's annoying, but so there was a missing woman Her name is Jana Armstrong. She's 30 years old. She had a 4-month-old boy and was last seen at a unit on Gordon Avenue in Toowoomba in a suburb of Newton, southeast Queensland on Tuesday. They then found her white Hyundai Kona was on the corner of Jellicoe Street and Gordon Avenue about 6 a.m. on Wednesday. Following an intense search, her body was found in bushland off Esk-Hampton Road and Red Bank Creek on Saturday night. That's last night. A 48-year-old man was taken into custody early on Sunday morning. That's today. And charged with 1 count of murder / domestic violence. He will appear at Toowoomba Magistrates Court on Monday. He has since been identified as Dharminder Singh, and he is the former partner of Miss Armstrong, with the pair sharing the child together. Body cam footage of the arrest showed the officers knocking on the front door and demanding it to be opened at 4 a.m. this morning, and then he was taken into custody over the death of his ex-partner. Here's a photo of him right here, and I'm gonna show you some body cam footage in a second. Here's a photo of this lovely woman and her child. There's a photo of, obviously the child has been pixelated to hide their privacy, but here is a photo of her. And to dump her body in bushland like that, what an absolute scumbag of a guy. And then just wander around his home like, there's nothing wrong. I'm just gonna head home and pretend like I didn't just kill my ex-partner. What a scumbag. This is how they found her car too. I'll show it to you. Just basically in a random location here. This is how they found her vehicle. Just there. Just random car there. It's just, yeah, he basically dumped it after he freaked out at killing her. So here, I want to show you some body cam footage that was released by the QPS today. And I think you guys have seen Queensland Police body cam footage before. There's a lot of silence and then very small audio of like one word. It'll have like no audio and they'll be like charged with murder and then it'll go silent again. This is due to the laws in Queensland. They have to like mute it all. So here, I'll play it for you and you will see.
Boys, search warrant! Police search warrant, show James, mate. Hands out in front, thumbs up. I'm the officer in charge of the criminal investigation branch.
It's very hard to see on this particular screen. I'm going to take you to a different version that's much bigger so you guys can watch it better. Give me a sec. Here we go. This one's much easier it fills up the entire screen. This one's better. So you see the cops approach the home at about 4:30 in the morning, this morning, like only like 12 hours ago. And they basically caught him unaware. And that's why they did it. They want to catch them where they can't grab a weapon. They can't do this. They're asleep. They think nothing's going to happen. He must have been on edge, though, because the report that her body was found did come out last night. Last night, they did have a report that they had found her remains. So, So let's play this again.
Boys, search warrant! Police search warrant, show James, mate. Hands out in front, thumbs up. I'm the officer in charge of the criminal investigation branch. We have a search warrant for this residence.
It's done like this on purpose.
I'm attached to the Toowoomba Criminal Investigation Branch, okay? So the time's still 4:23 a.m. I'm going to place you under arrest for murder, okay? So you'll be coming back with us to the Toowoomba Watch House where you'll be charged.
Yeah, it's brutal, and you can see, I think the child, the little like, her child is next to him. That is what is blurred out. I'm hoping that kid is taken into, protective custody. I think that's what it is. It's hard to tell with the blurring, but I'm hoping if that is their child, that kid has been taken into, some sort of protection. So, yeah, they really wanted to get him at a very yeah, they wanted to get him very early in the morning, 4 AM in the morning. Actually, I don't know who that is. I don't think that is their child. I think that's another guy. Looking at it now, that looks like a grown man. So maybe he's got a housemate or something like that. You also see another bed down here. Do you guys see in the like the living room downstairs? There's another mattress. Hold on, let's have a look. Yeah, see how there's a bedroom here with a mattress right there? And if we go downstairs, there's another mattress down here. You know, it's a very odd living space, and it almost reminds me of like some of the government share homes that I used to live in. They used to look very much like this. It almost looks very similar. So I don't know if he lives in a men's shared housing or something like that. Because yeah, it kind of looks like that. Because you see how it's very vacant. There's nothing in the room beside a random mattress with like no sheets on it or whatever. That's sort of how those homes are when you go to them. Like, every time I've gone to one of those homes when I was younger, that's what they look like. Like, there's nothing in the room, there's just a bed, possibly no frame, it's just a mattress on the floor. It's almost giving that type of vibe. So I'm guessing his buddy, who's right here, I think that's his friend, was sleeping on this mattress right here. So not only has he been arrested, they woke his buddy up with a room full of cops at 4 AM in the morning. That would have been a fun day for them. Yeah, it looks like a group home. Yeah, I agree. Did they? Let me have a look. I'll see if I can find it. It's very sad. Like, she just had that baby. Should have been living her best life raising that kid. And yeah, it's just awful. Here, what are they calling it? They're calling it a I'm just trying to see because they call it a dingy home in this article that I have. I'm just trying to see what they describe it as. Yeah, I don't know. They're not describing it. They're just saying it looks like a dingy home. It sort of does. So apparently here, Miss Armstrong's body was found by a group of people hunting wild pigs, and they came across her body. As a result, police attended and a crime scene was declared. They say, "We believe that person is in fact Jana, and we do not know the cause of death at this time, but they have arrested him over her death." So, so her younger Her younger sister is called Faith Isaacs, and they're saying that she was on social media earlier today saying, "It is with a completely broken heart that I share that we have now been advised that my beautiful sister has been found deceased. There are simply no words to describe the heartbreak and devastation I am feeling. Losing my beautiful sister in this way is something I'll never be able to understand or put into words." She thanked emergency services and members of the public for helping in the search. What it seems like a nice family. She goes on to say, "The love and support shown for my sister and our family has been overwhelming, and I will never be able to thank you all enough. My beautiful sister Jana deserves so much more. She was so deeply loved and will be missed beyond words." And she says, "I promise you, your beautiful boy will always know exactly who his mummy was, how deeply you loved him, and just how incredibly special you were. I will speak your name, share your stories, and keep your memory alive for him every single day. I will never ever let him forget his beautiful mummy. I love you forever, my beautiful sister, until we meet again." They're saying here, so apparently one of the last people to see her alive was her sister. They had a brunch together, and that was one of the last points in time that they were seen that she was seen alive. What a brutal death! Absolutely brutal. Far too many women being killed in this way. In the last 2 days, we've had a 13-year-old girl in Donald, Victoria, killed by a 16-year-old male. And then in Queensland, we had this one, 30-year-old female, killed by her ex-partner, a 48-year-old male. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Here. I'll take you back to when this originally happened if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna take you to Channel 9 News on yesterday here.
But we do begin with breaking news, and there's a tragic update in the disappearance of missing Queensland mother Yana Armstrong. Human remains have been found, and this morning, a man charged with her murder.
Reese D'Alessandro is live with the latest. Reese, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Dan, a very sad update this morning just issued from police that this 5-day search has come to a tragic end. Police locating human remains overnight in their search for Yana Armstrong. And they have since declared a crime scene in an area of bushland to the northeast of Toowoomba. So actually the opposite direction to where yesterday's searches were being carried out. Obviously a crime scene established there, very much unfolding as we go to where this morning forensic examinations and investigations are continuing. But in further breaking news, as you mentioned, detectives have taken a 48-year-old man into custody after executing a search warrant at his home. That man has since been charged with the domestic violence offence of 1 count of murder.
So if they don't know the cause of death yet, how did they charge him with DV murder? No, I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying, like, I wonder if, because they haven't done the pathology and I mean, maybe they have, but it says here they haven't done it yet. I don't know. A confession, a video, could be anything. I mean, she didn't kill herself. Yeah, I know I pronounced her name wrong. It's all right. I do it all the time, guys. If you're new to this channel, I do that at least 50 times a week. So, I it's just a thing now. It's just a thing. Everyone just yells in chat, "That's not how it's pronounced." And it's just a thing now. So terrible, really terrible. I mean, the fact that a group of people hunting wild pigs came across her body should tell you everything. What a like it's not even like the killing her, it's the treating her body with such disrespect by dumping her out there as if she is just discarded. It's like it's like trash. Like, hey, I just dumped this rubbish out in the bush. Like that's almost how it seems, and that's why it's horrible. Like, that person had a name, they had a child, loved ones, and to treat her in that way, even in her death, it's very disrespectful. Very, like, killing her is disrespectful anyway, but to just throw her body away and let it degrade in the bushland like that, it deprives the family of saying goodbye too, because the authorities are not going to let them see her body, because when humans decompose in that way, it can be highly traumatizing to the family. Like, they're already traumatized because of what they're going through, but to then show them their loved one that's gone through a rapid decomposition process from being out in the heat and the moisture and stuff, like, you don't want to show the family that. So it robs the family of saying a final goodbye as well, because they can't have an open casket, they can't see the body. Like, it's very damaging, because they never get that sort of last moment with their loved one. So I hope this guy gets what he deserves. What an absolute trash guy. He's the trash guy, not her. It's very sad that we constantly have to report on this stuff. Like, I've been doing this for like 5 years, and I think I've covered over 150 DV cases where a woman has been killed. Over 150, I think I've done, and I am tired. I'm honestly, I am tired. I'm so tired of doing these type of stories where women are killed by their partners. I'm so over it. And it's not because, like, I don't want to do it. I'm over it because it shouldn't be happening. That I shouldn't have to do shows every 3 or 4 days about another young girl has been killed, another mum has been killed, another woman has been, you know, murdered in some heinous way. And it feels like 80% of my shows every year end up being this. And it's tiring. It's tiring that we can't seem to get the message across to stamp it out. It doesn't matter what we do, it doesn't seem to be making it any better. And it seems to be getting worse. It seems to be getting worse, and it's happening more frequently. It's like the more effort we put into it to try and get rid of it, it's like the more it's happening. It's really frustrating. Um, yeah, it's very highly frustrating. I get so upset at just hearing it. I'm tired. I'm so tired about it. Espion said, what? I love my name. Never gets mispronounced. Stephanie. Yeah, that's an easy one. Yana. Okay. Bengal said, need to report DV more too. Well, like I said in this one, there was no prior report of any DV in this one. There was no prior reporting. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. That just means it was never reported. They just don't have a prior record of it. So it could have happened in their relationship. It could be why they weren't together anymore. I mean, that child is pretty young, and they're not together. So I mean, the baby's only 4 months old. 4 months old. That kid is, almost a newborn, and now it's had its mother robbed of it from its life. It's very sad, very very sad. I hate the fact, like, I'm very thankful for the pig hunters who found her, but at the same time, it's such an awful way for someone to be found as well. It's just not very nice. So, awful story out of Queensland, Australia. Hopefully this guy, I don't know the case against him as of yet. We will find out. He'll probably be due in court tomorrow, Monday. I would suspect, being that the courts open up again on Monday morning, he will be back in court. There's a photo of him. Hopefully we get some more details about what they think happened in that final half a day of her life, because the fact that she left that brunch with her sister and then somehow she winds up dead. Like, what happened in that after she left that meeting? What happened in the next few hours? That'll be something that the cops have got to figure out. I'm sure they already know. Yeah, terrible. That's like that photo I showed you. That was the last known sighting of her. This one. She had met up for brunch with the sister of hers, and that her sister is Faith Isaacs, and she was the one who basically last saw her, which is must play on her mind as well. Must play on her mind. Hopefully we can get some good updates in the next couple of days about it, and trying to find out what they're calling this here. So here, according to the Darling Downs acting detective inspector Brian Collins revealed there was no previous domestic violence orders in place to Miss Armstrong's death. They say, I don't think there's anything police could have done to prevent this at all. While police can't prevent anything that they don't know about. They're saying, however, investigations are still underway and there'll be a holistic examination which will examine all interactions with police. Yep. They say people in the community would be horrified that a young lady, 30 years old, with a 4-month-old child, had her life allegedly taken, and rightfully so. Yeah, I think the community should be outraged. The fact that this woman couldn't live her life because of this 48-year-old guy deciding to take it into his own hands, yeah, the community should be mad. So... Espionage said the last photo of her looks like she's having issues zoom into her face. What? Zoom into her face? I can't get any closer than that, unfortunately. I think she's just concentrating on the phone. I think she's just looking down at her phone. I don't know if she's... I mean, maybe he messaged her and was like, hey, I'm here. Come and meet me over here or something. Like, and she's like, oh, not this fucking jack off again. And she's like, oh, I have to go deal with this. And that's why she left. Could be. We will probably never know unless we find out what those messages on that phone have to say. Bengal said, a lot of women won't get a DVO or AVO for fear of making things worse. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's what you're talking about. I think a lot of the DVO, AVO stuff, it's problematic because at the same time, a lot of women know it doesn't do anything. There's been multiple examples of where women have got AVOs and DVOs and still been murdered. So a lot of women don't bother because it does not protect you. It doesn't do anything. And the only thing it does is it makes sure that if something does happen to you, there's a record of what happened. But that's all it really is. It's so hard to get people arrested on DV charges. It's very, very difficult. And that's part of the problem is that these guys can have these AVOs, DVOs issued against them. They break them and break them and break them and break them and break them. And the courts just give them more chances. They're like, oh, you didn't mean to call her? Oh, you know, that's okay. That happens. Oh, you didn't mean to go to her house at 4 a.m. in the morning? Oh, I could see how that could happen. Unfortunately, they come up with any number of excuses and they get let out. And you know, I could, if you gave me 10 minutes, I could pull up 50 cases where women had AVOs and DVOs and then they were killed. They were murdered and no one protected them. The cops can't be everywhere all at once. Like, that's part of the problem. The problem you have is the men that are doing it. The men that are committing these offenses and these crimes against women, you either lock them up or you don't. And there's really no in between. Because they're either going to be violent or they're not. And you have to make a decision for the better of the victim. Do you take away their rights to freedom to make sure the woman is in safety? Or do you not? And half the time they just don't. Half the time they think that the liberty of even the person accused is of value and they let them go. And they go, wow, they promised not to do it. They promised not to hurt them again. So, you know, we believe them. And then, yeah, woman gets killed. Another woman gets killed. Bengal said, I reported a neighbor for abusing his partner. The police took hours to arrive. This was in Narang on the Gold Coast. Yeah, I know where you're talking about. SP Mom said, yeah, guys, that's what I'm thinking. We will find this, look on her text. Yeah, we will see what that is. They'll tell us. You heard the guy hitting her? Jeez. And I bet you by the time they were there, it was all over. And nothing happened. Yeah, I think she's reading something on the phone. Let's see. Woman still said, whoever breaks a protective order should be jailed for enough days to disrupt their life. They're normally taken into custody until they can face a court. And they can normally see a judge within a couple of days. And then they go to the court, they explain why they did it, and then they get re-let out on another bail application or another AVO that is altered. And then they get back out, and then it happens all over again. So yeah, it's brutal. Sick of hearing about it. Absolutely sick to death of it. I just want to read about a good old-fashioned serial killer. Why can't No, we don't want serial killers either, but it's frustrating. Very frustrating. It's frustrating that like each year you know when we get to like the new year, every new year I go, okay, the number gets to reset. So every year we get like 85 women killed by their partner or whatever. And then when New Year's happens, I go, we get to start from 0. And every New Year's I go, I hope this year the number is going to be less. And then we get to March, right? And the number is higher than the year before, like at that same time in the year. It happens every year. It seems to be by about the 3rd month in the year, it's higher, and it's very annoying. I just want for us to finally figure out a way to solve it. And I just don't know if we ever will. I don't know if there's a way of doing it. I mean, it might take generations, unfortunately. It might take like a generation or two. There is one more story I want to get to here. There is a strange story coming out of SA where they think a carbon monoxide poisoning happened in Mount Gambier. It is very odd, and I'm gonna try to take you to it just briefly. But yeah, a bunch of people,
died and 3 others are in hospital after a tragic poisoning incident in the state's southeast. Lauren Rose joins us live from Mount Gambier. And Lauren, they were simply trying to keep warm on a bitter winter's night.
They were, Mike. This is a heartbreaking reminder of the dangers of burning barbecue fuels indoors. These heat beads were lit inside a back room where the 4 men sleep in a share house on Penola Road. Throughout the course of the night or in the early hours of the morning, they were overcome by carbon monoxide. Another housemate found them all unresponsive at 9 o'clock. He began CPR and called 000. Paramedics, fearing a gas leak, deemed it too dangerous to go inside the property and requested firefighters wearing breathing apparatus to carry the men out. 3 survived the exposure and remain in hospital, while the 4th, a 55-year-old, sadly didn't. Limestone police are preparing a report for the coroner, and Mike, they say there appears to be no suspicious circumstances here.
Sorry about that. We don't want to watch Linus talk about computers. Yeah, look, how does that happen? I don't know. But the fact that multiple people can be done, 1 man dead, 3 others rushed to hospital after suspected carbon monoxide poisoning at a Mount Gambier home. And they're saying here, emergency services were called to the house on Penola Road at Mount Gambier in South Australia just before 9 a.m. on Saturday. 4 people were found unconscious, with a 55-year-old man dying at the scene. They're saying 3 occupants were aged in their 50s through to their 70s. And they said there does not seem to be suspicious, but to have at least one person die in this way every winter, it seems to be like there is some big case where someone's heating goes wrong or the gas goes wrong, and they end up sleeping overnight and it leaks into the atmosphere. And then by the morning, people are either dead or, very ill. So there, look, you can see the amount of people that went out and tried to rescue the people, but one man dead, unfortunately. Let's see. Yeah, you're supposed to have them now. They sell monoxide detectors, and you're supposed to have them now. Every place is legally required to have it. Let's see. Yeah, so many people. I mean, they're trying to widen the education on it now. Joe, hey buddy, what's up? I see so many first appearances where the DV defender gets released by the judge on low or no bond, and given the instructions, the condition of your release is not to commit any acts of DV. It's like, you promise the court you'll be a good boy. You won't be back here, will you? It's a Friday. I've got golf on Saturday. I cannot have you back here. You promise not to hit her again? All right. I don't want to see you here on Monday. It's very boys will be boys. It's very boys will be boys. But like I understand what Sean's saying too, that cops treat the accused as a criminal without just cause based on lies. I think if you dig through the statistics, though, Sean, while there are men out there who have been falsely accused, and we've even done a few cases on this channel where women have falsely accused men, in the grand scheme of things, it only accounts for about, I think it's about 1 to 3% of all DV cases are where a woman is lying. It's very minuscule. Like, it does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't. Women will off some women, a small percent of women, some that are mental, will use DV as a weapon. It's known. There have been charges laid over it. It does happen. But when I was looking at the statistics about it a while ago, it's in that 1 to 3% range of all reported DV. So I don't think it's as big of a problem as you think. I mean, I'm sure if it happened to you or someone you know, it probably seems like a bigger deal, and it is. But in the wider Australia and the world, it's not that common. But there are cases of it. They're saying here, Warner Seal said everyone should have one. People were dying like this in the 60s. It's a generational education that is required. I think so. Yeah, like there was that girl. Hold on. SB1 says, yeah, 1% of DV lies. What happens to the other 99 to 97%? They are dead. Well, not all of them, but yes, a good proportion of them. Here, there was that girl. Do you remember we read about her like a year ago in the UK? She was false accusing men of sexual crimes and DV. Hold on. Here, let me find it. There was a woman that is it Eleanor Williams? Is that the one? No. I think it's Chloe May. I think that might be her. She was at Leicester Crown Court back in 2025. I think it's her. Let me see the photo. I'll know based on the photo. No, not her. No. I'll find it. What was her name? Apparently, I have been blocked by the Greater Manchester Police. Good work. They don't like me. They're racist against Australians. I think it's the one in Manchester. Something tells me we've done a lot of stories out of Manchester. I think it must be. Oh my god, really getting blocked here tonight by the feds. Is it Stacey Sharples? It must be. I think this is her. There's a photo of her. We read her case last year, and she is brutal what she did to the men. But I think when we looked into it, I think we came as a chat and a group and a community on this channel, we came to the conclusion that she had been victimized earlier in her life and that her offending was born out of the trauma that she had been through as a young girl, and that she was just replaying basically what had happened to her. And I think that's what we came to the conclusion of. But she made drastic false allegations against multiple men, including men lost employment, lost marriages and relationships, and severe psychological distress. Men even lost their jobs over it. They're saying 31-year-old Stacy Sharples of Farmworth in Bolton was sentenced by Bolton Crown Court to 4.5 years in prison after pleading guilty to 10 counts of perverting the course of justice. Between 2013 and 2019, she systematically made fabricated R-word allegations against 10 men across Greater Manchester. And I remember we read the court documents about it, and multiple men said how they lost wives, they lost girlfriends, they lost work, they lost children. There was a guy that lost his children because of the allegations that she made him unfit by the court to have any shared custody with his ex-partner. It was brutal what she did, absolutely brutal. Yeah, there was a guy called Astron Inman shared that he was completely cut out of the lives of his children for a couple of years while navigating the psychological torment that Stacy Sharples had done to him. She had multiple men. One was named Reese Lockett, Jack Byrne, Astron Inman, and Andrew Dearden. They were four men who she had made multiple false allegations. So what she would do is she would like go out with them one time, they might have sex one time, and then she would start talking to them as if they were in like a 10-year long relationship. And she'd be like, "Oh, are we together now? Are we a couple?" And she would start getting like dominating over them and sort of very like she would be telling them what to do. Finally, what would end up happening is she would invite them over and then they would have sex again consensually. And then she would start going mental. She would be like, "You're raping me," and all this stuff. And she would basically make it up. And then she'd call the cops, and the cops would come, and then they'd think that she actually was R-worded. And yeah. So she ended up going to jail, 4.5 years in jail for her false allegations against men. And just to show you, like, it does happen. It's not super common, but it does happen. Just to play the other side of the argument. But yeah, she's probably one of the worst. Absolutely. She is a nasty individual. The fact that she would use a societal problem as a weapon. So that's what she was doing. But in the sentencing documents, it did say that in her younger life, she was abused like repeatedly, and that men had sexually abused her throughout her younger years. So like when she was a child and then leading up into her early teenage years. And then I think it was what she was doing was basically a reflection of that. It doesn't excuse it. It just means that she should have got some help a long time ago for what happened to her. But yeah, it's a very sad case. Men lost their families over it. She is a very nasty individual. Very, very nasty. So yeah, she's in jail. She's gone to jail for 4.5 years. And yeah, like this is the thing. So when these men were arrested, listen to this. Some of the men had to undertake intimate examinations. So do you know what that means? That means when the cops take you in, she says, "Oh, I've been R-worded." Do you know what the cops do? They take you in, they make you pull out your dick, and then they take photographs of it, they manipulate it, they pull on it, they look for different all sorts of things. And you have to do that because she made a false allegation. That's like getting a girl and being like, "Hey, hey, love, lie on this bench and open your legs and let us like feel around and take some photos." Which I'm sure they do for like proper R-word cases. I'm sure that is a real thing, but this is what she made those men go through. I can't imagine. It'd be awful to do that. Awful. Kathy said, click that like button. Don't make me come over there. Yeah. Kathy will send her dog to come and get you. Look how vicious this dog is. Look how vicious. This dog will make you click the like button. Look how it'll get you. Look at it. Here, I got a thing. Where is it? Here, if I take this down. Sorry, Kathy. I'll put it back up in a second. We have a thing here that goes. Here you go. Like and follow. Or you can like and subscribe. There you go. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Very, very kind, my friend. Use a swab on your little man. I don't think that's all they do. I've heard the descriptions of what they do. It's not just that. Gayla said, "Oh, good, come over, bring me the puppy." Yeah, you're gonna have to clone the dog. Robert said, TV soap actor Ben Freeman lost his job on Emmerdale after a false R-word allegation. Yeah, I remember that. That happened. That was very sad. That guy did nothing wrong, and he ended up losing a very well-paying acting gig over it. So, guys, it goes both ways, but unfortunately, there are a lot of women out there who are victimized, and I understand that there's a lot that goes the other way too, but when you look at the raw statistics, like I've shown you before, men are killed in a variety of ways. Could be gang related, could be random killings, could be killings for other, reasons. Women are almost wholly killed, like 98% are killed in a DV way. There is no other way that women are killed. It is like that is the only reason women are wiped out this earth by murder. It is from a romantic partner. Like the statistics from Australia and America bear it out that is the overwhelming way that women are victimized. So it's a problem we would like to solve. I don't know how we do that, but I'd like to solve it. So just think of that. There's a thing here about Aaron Patterson. What is this? Oh, wow. Apparently, do you remember the judge that did Aaron Patterson's trial, Christopher Beale? Apparently, he has walked away and he's retired now. Oh, wow. I didn't know he retired. Well done, Mr. Justice Christopher Beale. I enjoyed doing the trial with him last year. That was, yeah, insane. I'm just trying to have a look here. They're saying Justice Beale was praised by legal commentators for keeping proceedings on track, overcoming a series of setbacks that threatened to derail the case. Yeah, he did a good job. Well done. I hope he enjoys his retirement. They're saying, but just as he retired, Patterson launched a Hail Mary appeal against both her conviction and the sentence he handed down. I hope he Yeah, I hope he enjoys his retirement. I hope he enjoys his retirement. And apparently there is a podcast where he talks about the Patterson case. It's a legal podcast called William and Lonsdale. And the reason it's called that is because the streets where the Supreme Court and the county court and the other court are in the city are on William and Lonsdale, I'm pretty sure. That's why it's called that. So yeah, there he is. You guys would have seen him last year during the sentencing for Aaron Patterson that we had on this channel. He retired. So well done. to Justice Beale. It was a privilege to attend his final trial. What a trial too! I can't believe I was there. That was amazing, and yeah, it was what an opportunity. Hey, you missed the mushroom lady. Well, in a month's time, in August, we have the appeal for Aaron Patterson coming up on the 20th and 21st of August. So I don't know if I'm going to be there in person, but I hope I will be. I hope to, if I have to be there, I'll be there. If I don't have to be there, I will still be covering it. So I just don't know what's going on as of yet. The court hasn't told us what the arrangements are for that day. So I will find out and we'll cover it. I'll be there. So Woman of Steel said, that's good. He was a good judge. Best wishes to Judge Beale. Yeah. I mean, we can get Ping to send you a photo of her in white trousers. I don't think anyone needs to see Erin in white trousers. I think we've had enough of that. No more. No more. We're done. I still have this and I never played it. Where is it? I have not uploaded this to the channel. I have the entire sentencing here, the raw, uncut footage from the Supreme Court, and I don't think I've ever played it in full for you guys, but this is Justice Beale right here. And this is actually from the ABC camera. This is from their actual camera that recorded in the courtroom.
The prosecution also submits that having regard to the horrendous nature of your crimes, I should not fix a non-parole period.
The only problem is they used the audio from an ambient microphone. They did not get the audio track. These things it's interesting. Do you see the things that look like microphones in front of Justice Beale? These are actually not microphones, not in the way that you think they are. So like this is a microphone, right? And this amplifies my voice to you guys. These in the courtroom, they have no amplification. So they only record the natural level of sound. So it doesn't amplify people's voices. So if you talk quiet, the recording is quiet. So yeah, they often ask people to speak up. So when you watch these court cases in the court, you'll hear one of the justices often say, "Can you speak up? Can you speak up?" It's not capturing on the recording. So these are not microphones as such that you and I know them as. So that's why the audio is like this.
In other words, the prosecution submits that you should never have the opportunity of being released from prison.
So yeah, anyway, I've never played this in full, and I don't know if I ever, maybe I'll upload it. I don't know if I will.
Age 70, died from death cap mushroom poisoning. Ian Wilkinson, very new.
But if you want to watch the sentencing of Aaron Patterson, it's on the channel. You can just search Aaron Patterson sentencing. We stayed home that day, and I sat here with you guys and watched the entire sentencing with you guys. I did not go to the Supreme Court for it. I thought it was the one time that we got to do something together on the channel, because for the whole trial, you guys couldn't see anything. And I thought it was a good opportunity for us to do it together. Warner still said, I don't wear white pants because I'm a slob. I always spill condiments. Me too. That's why I don't wear white. Mrs. Ping won't allow me to buy anything that is white. She's basically like, you will ruin it. So I love white clothes. I've got white shoes and white hoodies. And she's like, no more white. She's like, you buy white hoodies, wear them like for a month and get chocolate on them. And then she's like, they're ruined. And she's like, you can never get it out. So I'm not allowed to buy any white clothing anymore because I just ruin them. But yeah, anyway, since we brought up Mr. Justice, his Honorable former Justice Beale, it was a great trial. He did a great job. Very much enjoyed doing that trial. Read the rest of what she said. I'm trying to see. Yeah, there you go. You guys can read it. I'm not going to read it out. Sean said it's been a year. I can't believe a year has gone by since Aaron Patterson. I really can't. I'm looking forward to getting into the appeal in about a month's time. In about a month, about 5 weeks' time, we're going to be at the appeal. We'll see what happens, and we'll see what they're going to base their appeal on. So we have 2 days. I think the first day will be the DPP because they lodged their appeal first. So I'm guessing the DPP will go first, and then on day 2, I suspect it'll be Erin Patterson and her legal team. They will present to the court those 7 grounds of appeal and what exactly they think entitles her to a retrial based on whatever. So we'll find out in about a month's time. Yeah, I did because I don't want to read it out. I don't want to read it out. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I think we provided you enough coverage on the trial itself. Like, I still have a few things here and there that I've not aired for you guys. What's this? Like, I know we did this for you. Like, we were one of the first people to air this. So there's her, that was her police interview. I still have that in my files. And we were one of the first channels in the world to show you this. So I was, it was really cool to do that. It was really cool to be able to bring this to you guys, like the first in the world. I hope that when we do Samantha Murphy in about 2 months' time, it'll be the same deal, that I'll be giving you world first information from the courtroom. So we're going to be back in trial in 2 months' time. And yeah, it'll be very much like the Aaron Patterson one. So it'll be good. Gail said it was funny and factual. Yeah, I got it. Montana said, don't believe Erin could actually consider herself not guilty. We'll see. We'll see in we'll see. We'll see. Hey, I want to thank my friend Kathy Lynch. Kathy, thank you so much. You're so kind, my friend. I don't know what I would do without people like you. There's been so many nice people who support the channel. I do, we wouldn't be here without those people. We really won't. And to do this kind of work like I did with Erin, it's a lot of time. I don't know how many thousands of hours I put into Erin Patterson over 2 years, but I basically devoted my life over 2 years to doing, from the time it was reported in a local paper all the way up to her sentencing and now appeal. It's been 3 years. 3 years of my life doing her case. And I've basically followed it from day 0 to all the way to now an appeal. So if you appreciate that work and you appreciate the work that's done on this channel, I ask you, can you please hit that like and subscribe button? That's what I need from people. I need you to do that. And the more people subscribe, the more people like the stuff, the more opportunities we'll get. Like, we're working on trying to get an interview in Canada right now with a very prominent journalist in Canada, the guy who did the Barry and Honey investigation in Canada. I'm working on getting him on the channel. It takes a while. There's a lot of like negotiations and like, how can we do this and how can we do that and what would you do and can you show me the type of work you do? So it's a bit of a negotiation process, but he is the main source for information for Barry and Honey in Canada, and I'm hoping to have him on in the next month or so. U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham died. Who's Lindsey Graham? It's not a name I know. I know there was Mitch McConnell, who's not very well. Oh, yeah, Lindsey Graham died 71 after a brief and sudden illness. That's very sad. Someone who devoted their life to the public. How very sad. Warner still said, what was the word you got so sick of saying? Something to do with mushroom types? Oh, Amanita phalloides. That was like the scientific name for the death cap mushroom. Yeah, if I never have to say Amanita or Amanita phalloides ever again, I'll be very happy. I'm guessing I probably have to say it again in about a month's time. He was very prominent. I don't know who he is. I got no idea. I know Mitch McConnell is unwell or something. Someone took him away in an ambulance or something. There was like some video that came out like 24 hours ago of him in a ambulance. Did you guys see this? Am I making up things? I'm trying to see if I can find it quickly. There was a video that came out of Mitch McConnell being loaded into an ambulance, and they were basically saying like he's dead. They reckon he's brain dead in hospital. I don't know if he is, but I'm just trying to see if I can find that screenshot for you. I don't see it right now, but yeah, it's apparently Mitch McConnell is very unwell. Like, you guys will just have to look it up yourselves, but yep. So yeah, I can't find it, unfortunately. I mean, it depends. You know, it's they do in a way. All sides of politics, whether you like them or not. I know a lot of them, especially in America, dedicate their lives to making themselves richer. And I know that's sort of the way it is in American politics, is that a lot of them only get into it to further their own financial situation. But there are some good politicians. I don't know about this guy. I just assume that he's probably done something for the community. There's been a few people the last few days. Montana said these guys stay in office too long, especially if you're dying or in hospital during your tenure. You should have to give it up. You should have to give it up. A female singer died? I don't remember hearing about that. I just know that there was like a big kerfuffle about Mitch McConnell being, is he alive? Is he dead? Is he brain dead? And people are like, no one knows for sure if he's okay or not. And I think that's ridiculous. How can you have a guy who's serving and he's either not alive or he's alive or he's not or he is? Like, how does that work? Like, doesn't he have a job to do? Like, doesn't he have some sort of politician things to do? All right. Oh, Bonnie Tyler. Yeah. I saw that on last night or the day before. Yeah, Bonnie Tyler died. She had surgery and then had a cardiac arrest, then was put into a coma, and unfortunately she passed away. So yeah, Bonnie Tyler. What song did she do? Total Eclipse of the Heart? Is that Bonnie Tyler? Bonnie Tyler. What song did she do? Oh, Holding Out for a Hero. Yeah, Total Eclipse of the Heart. I got one right. Yeah, Holding Out for a Hero. That's a great song. Like, who doesn't know that song? And yeah, Total Eclipse of the Heart. More Than a Lover. I don't know if I know that one. But yeah, great singer. Produced some of the greatest hits in 70s, 80s. Yeah, died basically on the operating table. How frightening. Is it heartache? I don't know. Lost in France also. How sad. You die on the operating table like that. Pretty awful. So yeah, she was in a coma in a hospital in Portugal and then ended up passing away. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. All right. It's 5 o'clock. We should get out of here. I've been on far too long. Talked about far too many things. Hey, Sean, thank you, my friend. What did you say? Did you say, did that thing go through? It did not, but it probably will in like 5. Oh, my knee. Oh, geez. It probably will in like 5 days or so. It probably will. God, my microphone was too high. It probably will in like 5 days. Your brother's there in Portugal next month? All right, let's get out of here. Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow. Wait, what's tomorrow? Sunday. Yeah, we'll be back. We'll most likely be on. I'll see you tomorrow at 11:30 midnight Eastern time. So I'll be on tomorrow. Hopefully my knee feels better. That really hurt when I tried to straighten it out. I've been sitting in this position for far too long. I've been here for like 2.5 hours. All right. Good night, everyone. Hey, thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. I see all the people in the comments. We have so many nice people who leave different comments. I often try and get there and leave you the little heart thing, but sometimes I get to it and sometimes I don't. But I try to get you the little heart symbol, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, see you, Mr. Joe. Hey, I wish I was on when Joe was on so I could go and invade his chat, but I'm never awake when he's on. Otherwise, I'd go and invade his chat. But I think he's on during the day in American time, and I'm normally snoring in bed. But maybe one day I'm going to get up extra early, and I'm going to sneak over to Joe's chat like a ninja and go to Joe's chat. All right, good night, everyone. Bye.